Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing well today. Appreciate you taking a little time out of your day to learn a little bit more about our product Review Manager. So first of all, I just want to tell you a little bit about why we have Review Manager and we created that. Everything that we're doing with our SEO services is all about getting you found, but we also want to get you chosen online as well. And what we feel like the first window to that world is your review presence on Google, which is exactly why we created Review Manager. Um, Basically, if someone wants to leave your review organically online, specifically on Google, what they have to do is they have to, number one, find your Google business profile, or what used to be called a Google business page. Then they've got to find the correct place on that Google business page to go and leave your review, which sometimes can be quite difficult. And what we frequently see is when you try to request a review using the word of mouth system like this, you know, quite often individuals will look at you dead in the face and say, "Oh yeah, I'll do that for you." And then you never see that review come into fruition, probably because the individual got hung up in the process of trying to attempt to find where to go to leave your review. So that's exactly the main purpose of Review Manager, is making it a little bit easier for those individuals to leave you those reviews online. And we'll show you how that process works today. But the first thing we want to kind of hop into is just show you a little live example here on Google of why we see the value of reviews. Let's just say hypothetically you lived in the town of Mount Pleasant, where Mr. Marketing's home office is located, and you needed a carpet cleaner for whatever reason. You're going to hop onto Google and type in a keyword like what you see right here: carpet cleaners near me, carpet cleaners Mount Pleasant, so on and so forth. And then you'll get the results that you see here on the page. Specifically, we're looking at this area where your reviews do show up, which is what's called the local map pack, or the 3-pack in SEO slang terms, if you will. We get 3 businesses that show up. And as you can see, Citrus Fresh is sitting here with a 4.9 star rating and 743 reviews. OxyFresh coming in number second at a 4.9 rating with 97 reviews. And then we have McGrew's, who is just 2 decimal points lower and only 23 reviews. So you can see very clearly from these results that Citrus Fresh is winning what we would describe as the review race, if you will. Same star rating as their nearest competitor, but what we feel like sets them apart is that 743 reviews over the 97. And that's the type of presence that we want Review Manager to provide for you over time. Because what we see with Citrus Fresh is, I'm sure that they're getting way more calls, way more clicks to their website than their 2 competitors showing up in that 3-pack. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into Review Manager so we can show you the system. So what you see here on the screen is the desktop version of Review Manager, which can be installed on any laptop or desktop PC that you would like. We also have the app version of the Review Manager, which can be downloaded from either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and installed on any mobile device. But for training purposes today, we'll just show you how Review Manager functions on the desktop. So the basics of Review Manager is found here in the Request a Review tab. When we click on that, we're taken to the same home screen that you'll see on the app version of Review Manager. And this is where we're going to send out a review request to either our customers, clients, or patients, whichever apply. So all we're doing at that point is typing in a first name. This is the first name of the individual that the review request is going out to. Typing in a last name, although that's not required, but it can help for tracking purposes, which I'll show you here in a little bit. And then we give you the option of typing in an email address or a cell phone number. You can type in both, but you have to type in one. And what we are educating our clients on this day and age is, if you can go to that cell phone, go with that. We feel like individuals are checking text messages way more so than they're checking their emails this day and age. For me personally, I think I have about 2,500 personal emails that I'll probably never get to, but I probably check my text messages at least every 30 minutes. So you can see, if you can get that information loaded in, you can use Review Manager. That's how easy that it is. Once you get the information keyed in exactly the way you want it to, come over here to the Send Review Request button and go ahead and hit it. You'll get a little green confirmation box down here in the lower right-hand corner of your screen to let you know that that request went out. And I'm going to show you here in a few minutes of what's happening on the user end once we send out those requests. But before we do that, I want to come over here to the request sent page and show you that we are tracking these review requests. You can see here's the review request that I just sent out. Shows us the name that we typed in, gives us a time stamp of when the request was sent out, and then it shows us that we sent both a text message and an email. Now, what you see over here in these columns are 3 red X's. Well, that's because I've yet to go and interact with that request. What we like about this feature here is, let's say that this review request was sent out 2 weeks ago, and we still have 3 red X's. Well, what that basically means is the individual that we sent the request to most likely looked at that as spam. That gives us the option to come over here and hit the black flag resend request, which will send another request out to the individual without having to type in their information again. We don't necessarily recommend hitting that black flag over and over again. We want to keep our customers happy and not upset them with multiple text messages. But it does give us the option of easily sending out the request, whether we give them a phone call, asking for that review request, letting them know that they didn't click on it the last time we sent it to them. A lot of times when we see those results and we give either a phone call, personal text messages, or an email, then that client will be more than likely to interact with it the second time if we didn't get good results the first time. But what I want to show you is what the user is experiencing on their end. So I'm just going to hop over here to my text messages on the screen, and you can see there are those 2 requests that were sent out. There's the first request that I typed in, and then when I hit that black flag, a second request was sent out. You can see because we typed in Cody into the first name box, that is how it appears to the user. The message request that you see here can be customized to whatever you would like. The default message that we have in there is designed to get past certain email spam filters, which can occasionally block email requests from going through, which is yet another reason why we recommend using the text messaging feature if that is what you would prefer. But the ultimate goal is to get the user to click on this blue hyperlink that you see right here. Once the individual clicks on that blue hyperlink, they're delivered here to this page. This is where we give the user the option of letting you know if they had a good experience with your business or a bad experience with your business. Remember, we always want to keep your star rating as high as possible, but we also want you to feel comfortable sending out as many of these review requests as you can to grow your review presence online. So for individuals who did not have a good experience, I'll show you an example of that here in a couple of minutes, but I just want you to see what happens if they did have a good experience. As you can see here, they click on the I had a good experience button, and then we give them a choice between leaving a review on Google or leaving a review on Facebook. On the mobile version of Review Manager, you'll see that Google button appearing up top. That's simply because most businesses are in the situation where they're trying to grow their reviews on Google, because that's most likely the avenue stream of where they're going to get chosen. So we always want Google to kind of be that first option. When individuals do click on that Google button, as long as they are logged into some form of a Google account on whatever device the request was sent to, you'll see these type of results. That's where they're delivered directly to the 5 stars on your Google My Business page, where they simply click, write a message here if they would like, and then post a review. So in essence, if you look at it, it's 3 simple clicks to an easy 5-star review on Google. Now, if the individual was not logged in to a Google account, then it would have taken them to the sign-in screen, asking for their username and password. After they type that information in and they sign in, they would be delivered directly to the 5 stars, just like what you saw right here. Now what we're going to do is hop back over here into Review Manager. And what I want you to see over on the request sent side of things is, now that I've gone through that process and I clicked on the text, we have a green check mark that shows up, and it shows us that we had a good experience. This helps for tracking those individual reviews. We at least know that if a person has gone through to that point, they hit that good button and they went through the process. Unlike the folks who we were speaking about earlier who have those 3 red X's. These are the type of individuals that you really want to target with reaching back out to, because we know that they didn't even click on the text. What I want you to see right quickly from here is what the individual experience is that they do have a bad experience for whatever reason. And we'll just call this one bad. Looks like the crest went through right there. Hop over here back to request sent. And you can see, unlike the last one we typed in that was Cody Griner, this one is Cody Bad. And we have those 3 red X's. So hopping back over into the text messages, you can see there's that 3rd request that we sent out. This time, we're going to click on the hyperlink, say that we had a bad experience. So as you can see, this time around, the individual is not delivered to that page that gives them the choice between Google and Facebook. This just takes them to a feedback form where they can type in their message to you to let you know why they had a bad experience, and hit submit feedback. And then that review request, or that message, will be delivered to the email that is associated with your Review Manager account. As you can see, if we go back to the text messages and we try to click on that link again, if the individual wants to go back and hit the good button to try to leave you a bad review, they get this message right here. And that's in essence a broken link. Of course, that does not prevent them from manually going in and leaving you a negative review on your Google My Business page, but it does kind of guide them away from where we do not want individuals who had a bad experience to end up. Going back into Review Manager in the request sent page, if we refresh that page, now you can see that it shows us that the individual clicked on the text, and unlike our last person who had a good experience, they had a bad experience. That leaves it up to your discretion as a business owner on how you want to address that situation, whether you reach out to the individual and try to course correct the situation, totally up to you. So in essence, that's Review Manager. That's how easy it is to use. A lot of other features in here, which I briefly want to show you. On the completed reviews page, you can see here we have an aggregation of all your live reviews that are coming in from Google or Facebook. What we really also do with this page is we control keywords that are being piped in with your reviews on your website. For instance, right here, you can see that Owl didn't actually say anything about SEO services, but that is a keyword that we want to have on the page. And when we click on this, there's a list of keywords that we can pipe in with those reviews. This also lets you do searches when you're looking to make sure to see if a review has made it to your Google My Business page. For instance, if I want to see if Kyle Farnsworth's review is live, I can just come here, type in Justin Farnsworth, and we can see that that review is live on our page. This also gives us the option of coming here and editing reviews that are showing up on our website. We can control the way that that appears. If someone had a misspelling or something to that effect, we could go in there and correct that. Also, if we have staff members who are repetitively mentioned in reviews, and unfortunately those staff members leave us down the line, we can go in there and change those names and just make it look good on your website. And unfortunately does not prevent us from changing those on your Google My Business page. That is Google's property, but we do like to have the ability to control that content on your website. Many other features in here with Review Manager, including a bulk review request that could potentially be used for your past clients. If you've got a big database of those clients with names and cell phone numbers and emails, we can just convert that into a CSV or Excel file that we can send all those review requests out if you want. But we consider that to be in the good classification, if you will. We always think that there's good, better, and best practice when it comes to using Review Manager. Good is using the system, you have access to it, send out as many review requests that you can in whatever form that you can to hopefully grow those reviews. Better is sending out those review requests in correlation to the time that you interacted with the client. If you had interaction with them on a Friday, it's probably going to be better to send that review request Friday afternoon than it would 5 Fridays from now while you're fresh on their mind. Even better than that is actually sending review requests when you're in person with your customers or clients. You can send the text messages using the app right there in front of them. They'll get the text. You can walk them through the process from there, which will make them more than likely to actually leave you that positive 5-star review. So that's kind of it with Review Manager in a nutshell. We surely do appreciate time learning a little bit more about the product and hope that you have fun with it. Anytime you have a question about Review Manager or feel that you need additional training, feel free to reach out to a member of our team and we can get that taken care of for you. But thanks so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.